Okay, welcome to my today's class. I warmly welcome to my Facebook and Zoom audience, wherever you are. Very good morning and afternoon and good evening. Um, I'm your host and your facilitator, Maratib Ali Shad, and we are in week four uh, for book study and a subject study. We did start three 3 weeks ago, and that is extremely profound topic, profound subject we started, um, and one of the most difficult and most probably the ignored subject of like the consciousness. Not from the dictionary point of view that everyone may have idea what is a dictionary meaning of consciousness, but here we are learning as a subject, as a only one contributor in anyone's life is his or her state of consciousness. Okay, and that we started 3 weeks ago. It will have, I think, 7, 8, or 10 episodes in 7, 8, or 10 weeks. Um, so yeah, and we are doing this in online lifelong study circle, uh, which is 45 minutes to 60 minutes every Sunday we spend to uh, study key books, to learn different things, to make impact, a positive impact on the quality of our life, um, in terms of our mental and spiritual intelligence. So I warmly welcome you again. The last 3 weeks we did learn a couple of things. I'm not going in details, but it's a general, a quick brief is on the screen. What we'll cover in our book study series or subject study series, or maybe you can take it as a small, a short online course on consciousness. So we did study about having, doing, being, and then we did learn about how our consciousness is developing from survival mode to love mode. And then last week, uh, we did learn in detail uh, how human have evolved in terms of consciousness. It was very mind-blowing. If somebody has missed it, I will upload its recording. I haven't uploaded because I was very busy last 7 days, so I couldn't get time. So I will edit it and upload it on my YouTube channel. And today we are going to have uh, a very surprising and very interesting new subtopic within that subject of consciousness, and that is, oh, sorry, and that is 7 discoveries from the consciousness. And here we will uh, learn and ponder and contemplate 7 discoveries in our daily life from where we identify the different levels of consciousness in our life. Like consciousness is not something which is beyond of myself, or I cannot see or I cannot feel, okay, or I cannot think about it in a deeper sense. Consciousness is basically is a very subjective, very complex, and one and only reality of our life. Okay. But for its deeper understanding, we need to learn different dimensions of consciousness. And here, from today, we are going to uh, learn a couple of discoveries taught by Dr. David Hawkins in his book, The Map of the Consciousness. So if somebody does not know the map of consciousness, they can see this book. It is in my hand. Okay. You can buy from Amazon as well. Or if you don't want to buy, no problem, because I will keep bless you the key content from that book, like today or from last couple of months I'm doing already. So 7 discoveries we will learn. Today we will only focus on 2 discoveries, okay, where you can identify and feel the consciousness and its level in your daily life. Isn't it interesting? I'm very excited, and I was excited when I was preparing it for you. And but on my right hand screen, if you see my cursor of the map of consciousness, this is our guide as usual. Okay, I would suggest if you can take a print out of this map of consciousness and put on your computer desk or in your bedroom. The reason why more you will read it every day, more it will be impactful positively, and you will be a very different person after a couple of a certain time, weeks, months, or years. This is only one reality which everyone has. But unfortunately, we don't know because our schools, our colleges, our university, they never taught us about this. So, but we are living in a blessed digital age as well, where we can learn, we can know this very subject and to improve the quality of happiness, to make us keep away from suffering and pain of our life. Um, so, yeah, so let's start our today's first discovery. The first discovery is about animals. If you know about the last week, also we learned different animal kingdom and bird kingdom, which they have a different levels of consciousness as well. Okay, and we did learn that many animal and bird have a different consciousness calibration and they behave differently. And exactly our human consciousness matches with them as well. Like human consciousness, if it goes fall down, then we can be more dangerous than a beast. Okay, especially when we are in social crimes such as rape, gang rape, killing, massacre, mass killing, bombing, okay, spreading the virus across the nations, So these are the lowest conscious level, which even we have crossed our limits from a dangerous animal on this planet at this world as well. But at the same time, we are doing opposite as well. That many birds and animals have higher consciousness. They are packet of love. They are extremely stunning behavior in their span of life, and that matches human frequency as well. We as a human being, we also behave out of the way. Um, like my colleague friend Jenny, she explained how she found uh, profound presence of her mom when she was in hospital for some treatment, and that highest form of consciousness she felt from her mom in form of love, care, sacrifice. So that is not an ordinary event, I must, in her life. And similarly, um, millions of people experience these type of experiences, events in their life. And yeah, so on a conscious level, no one is superior, no one is inferior, except um, if they have a love, if they have enlightenment, if they have courage, if they have reason to manifest their conscious level. But below that, if you see on our right hand side, again, I'm referring this map of consciousness. If we are down from 200 to the bottom, then our life is just a pain and suffering. That's it. Okay. But if we are living above here, then our life is beautiful, blissful, joyful, loveful, peaceful, and eventually enlightenmentful. Exactly on the same level where giant souls uh, were there. I'm referring to many icons of the of many religion and spiritual paths, such as Krishna in Hindu tradition, Siddhartha Gautama Buddha in Buddhist tradition, Jesus Christ in Christianity tradition, and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, in Muslim spiritual tradition. And after that, many hundreds of thousands people belong to different spiritual paths. They still are on the same path, even on same today's world, such as yeah, in every country they have these iconic people, spiritual people. Okay, and you may be one of found lover of one of them or many. Uh, so so let's come back to our today's reading. So consciousness. Anybody knows about Coco? Coco was a famous gorilla. She was a female gorilla, and she uh, basically died 3 years ago. Maybe you heard on CNN or BBC after 46 years of her age. But that gorilla was evolved, was lived with many people across the media, across the many animal lovers and experts. If you see on the photo, that lady was her best friend, our teacher, and she taught gorilla 100 of different sign of language. And that gorilla lady, that gorilla, her name was Coco, was extremely intelligent uh, gorilla. Okay, and why we are reading him about her? Because of the subject of the consciousness. Because uh, this lady, which is let me change the font. It's too small. Okay, maybe I can small it a little bit. Okay, so so this lady with the gorilla that basically taught the Coco a lot of languages, helped the Coco to increase her um, conscious level, and that's got the attentions of millions of people around the world through the media. Now she has died already in 2018, but still she has a very good memory. Uh, but why this is? Because she was a packet of love. The Coco was a packet of love. She was inspiring. She was behaving like a intelligent human. She was very spiritual. Okay, and her conscious level was gradually increasing. Okay, and that is a lesson for us that the animals such as cat, okay, dogs, horses, eagle in bird kingdom, um, they are on a highest conscious level. at their own level. Okay. So, um, and let's start our reading for today, and let's see how we can learn from here. So, I would ask my colleague Jenny if you can start reading um, Discovery in Animals.
The collaborated levels of the animal kingdom represent averages of the total population within which there is an individual variation, and there is also variation in calibrated levels of behavior. For example, play calibrates about 10 points higher than the average level of function, which is significant for both animals and humans. Another point of interest is that once a human family adopts an animal, the animal's level of consciousness advances by 5 or 10 points. In particular, certain birds and animals that have experienced prolonged interaction with caring humans actually calibrate at 400. Coco, the trained gorilla who demonstrated surprising capacity for language and maternal love, she adopted and named a kitten, calibrated at 405. This calibration level indicates the capacity for thinking and reason. Thus, the calibration level helps to resolve the argument among experimental scientists about whether or not certain animal behaviors actually reflect the capacity for reason.
Oh, excellent, super amazing reading. Thank you very much, Jenny. So, if you see on the right hand side, the map of consciousness, this Coco gorilla, she was calibrating or working or living here on 400, where she was understanding, she was living with reason and meanings. She was living as a wise gorilla, okay? And underneath, she was following all things. She was accepting, it possibly the accepting for her means she has accepted that she was a gorilla, not a human being. She was willingly to improve her mind. She was neutral. She was not biased. She was courageous for learning and experience new thing. And then she was keep away from the negative map of consciousness. We start from pride, anger, desire, fear, grief, apathy, guilt, shame. So she must be avoiding these things, because if she was not avoiding these things, she cannot experience these. Okay. So either you are below 200 or above 200. Okay. And I believe that Jenny, after treatment or during still treatment, you must be lying above um, here 500 or around 4, 5, 600. I must, and it is a high time when anyone is undergo physical or mental experience of healing. Uh, it's a very, very climax of her consciousness. So that's a very good news for Jenny or people who are in some medical treatment. Uh, and if you see, uh, so in animal and birds, the higher consciousness reflect through their body language. I'm sure many people know cats and dog. You know the when the cat is so in calming and so relaxing, she does purring. Anybody knows the cat purring? You can type as well, or anybody knows when the dog waggling, how the dog waggling and why he does. And anybody knows the pigeon that also uh, um, vibrate or speak a very amazing and very attractive sounds when the pigeons are in love mode. Um, so I have some YouTube clips for you where you can understand when there are higher level of consciousness in animal, and you witness every day, but here you can identify. So on a YouTube, if somebody is watching, I think my speakers are enough louder. They can also. So let me try to show you first pigeon. Okay. So when pigeon are in love and higher consciousness, then how they sounds like. So 1 second. Maybe it will take me somewhere else. Okay, maybe I need to. Okay, link, open link. Oh, it opened here. Okay. So these are the sounds of the pigeon. These are the wild pigeons. They usually produce sounds when they are in higher consciousness. They are in love. Especially when people feed them, they produce amazing sound. Let me show you the other as well. Okay. Okay. Yeah. So did you hear that very unique sound from the pigeon? Now let me show you sound.
I've been using Shopify for 8 or 9 years now, and it changed my game around because very soon.
So let me show you how when the cat is in a very cool and peaceful environment, and when the cat is so in love mode with the master, and then how the cat behaves. Maybe you must know about this thing. Here. So can you see that sign? It look like something is vibrating, okay? And that vibrating sound is basically a healing sound for many people. Many therapists, they take this vibrating sound of purring of the cats, and they use it to healing the patient. So I would ask you to just listen very carefully and feel their conscious level, the love they have, and note down they produce that sound when they master of the cats. They also making love with the cats, and it's a very spiritual experience. So you can just see. I will play it for a 1 minute only. Okay. Okay, so
That's so sweet. I love that.
I realized that
yeah, it is very sweet. So that's a purring cat. That's why the pet helps you for your longevity, because many people basically who have more anger, and low temperament, the many wise doctors or therapists or psychiatrists, they advise just you need to have a cat in your home and just pet them. So by petting, you will release the anger and absorb the higher energy from these animals, okay, or and the birds as well. Let me show you how the dog's waggling. I love this really. Let me.
Bonjour, I'm a luxurious Parisian hotel. Join me for a weekend of life.
Yeah. So, do you see that how the dogs are waggling and to and fro, moving the tail when they are in love mode, when they are in spiritual mode, when they have a higher conscious action or thing. So these are really, really important discoveries we come across every day. Now, last thing before I go to the next discovery is about Coco, the gorilla, which we just learned before. The gorilla, the Coco gorilla, she was very spiritual, and she was an amazing friend of that lady. I'm forgetting the lady name, but let me show you the gorilla quick video, okay? So let me show you. Okay. So
Okay.
so that lady, she used to go to gorilla, to Coco, used to teach her every day, every week, different points. So that had helped the Coco to increase the conscious level. So if you see here,
This is good book about yours, Cocos, okay? I think that's not Ron, that's Penny. That's Coco. What would you like? Okay, you come over here and sit on Penny. Okay, we have a hug time. All right. Oh, we are having a hug time. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's look at another picture here.
so did you see the how miraculously the Coco is behaving? Okay. And one important thing, when she was hugging with the lady, the Coco was holding the one of the branch of the tree to, because she's very heavy gorilla. She had a weight, I think, 130 kg. So, and that other lady was, of course, cannot hold this 130 kg gorilla. So she made her body weight light by holding the branch nearby. So how she was full of love, care. Okay, so this is something which is very important for us as a human being. So that is our what we call it important discovery in consciousness. Okay, one of the consciousness discovery, the second one of the today, is about the love. Uh, if I ask you this world is full of violence and hatred and anger, racism, terrorism, inflation, fighting, fear everywhere, then nobody will deny, yes, you are true. But the good news is we are also on a highest, we are on the journey of growing our love, and it means we are on the journey to make progress in a conscious level as well. And recently, with the modern technology advancement, with the digital age, through earning more money, we are able to experience and sharing more love than before. And that is a discovery about consciousness. And we can see that love when the bird is protecting her eggs from a big predator bird. We can see when a chicken, a hen, saving her kids from some danger outside. We can see when a pregnant woman, she looks after her baby in the tummy, and she is doing it with her partner, the husband, and both are caring for that baby. And in our world, we are creating more peaceful environment for looking after pregnant women than before. These are all sign of impact of life. Before, during the pregnancy, millions of mothers used to die, millions of children used to die while taking the birth to the children. But now, because of the love, because of the higher consciousness, because of the care, because of the acceptance, because of the willingness to improve the methodology of birthing the children, so all have improved to make children more in survival after birth than before. But this is all happening due to the impact of love on the positive impact on our life. So I would ask Javeria if you can start reading, and then just only one paragraph is left, and then we will finish our session for today.
Yeah, the impact of love. Love has only recently emerged on the planet, with its appearance in birds and mammals through maternal love. It is helpful to know that to care about others, much less about the environment or quality of life on the planet, is extremely recent in the evolution of consciousness over millennia. This fact appreciation of for presence of love in our current era, and this very appreciation has the effect of increasing it.
Yeah, thank you. It's a great reading. Absolutely. It has been increasing. It is increasing. Absolutely. Like Javeria loves this class, and she's been very punctual. It's a sign of love and the higher consciousness. Jenny, she's conducting these classes with me, helping and supporting me in these classes from over 1 year or 1.5 years. That is a reflection of higher consciousness of Jenny Root. Through this is the love from her and the care from her, And this is the genuine higher consciousness and its reflection. So that's all impact help us each other. And that's the last thing about higher consciousness through love. Um, of course, the maternal love is number one love when we feel the higher consciousness. Also, when we help others, that is also showing the reflection of love. Therefore, millions of charities, organizations across USA and UK only, and there are millions of charity all across the world as well. They all are working for some greater cause, and that greater cause is to serving other people for some reason, okay? And that is the reflection of higher consciousness, okay? And there are more mosques and masjids in everywhere in the world. There are more churches and synagogue in the world. There are more temples, Hindu temples, Sikh temple, or Buddhist temples across the world than before. And what they go for God, they pray there, they say prayers in their religious places, and that also help them to increase some degree of consciousness as far as they have love and care for other. Okay, so yeah, so there are plenty of things which have love factor. Remember the love factor. Love has a beauty of two things. Love is a verb and love is a noun as well. Love do something as well, or something is happened due to love as well. So it's a beautiful factor in the life, okay? Like, I love you, okay? I love you. And she grows her consciousness as a result of my love. So my love is doing amazing thing, me as a subject, or I'm using love something for doing something, achieving a greater result. So love is a verb and noun both. And that's the beauty of this love. And only love is on this planet Earth is saving us from danger. You know how many atomic bombs are present in the world? And how many people or countries have already achieved that brutal technology of atomic bombs? America, Russia, France, Britain, Israel, Germany, India, Pakistan, they all have hundreds of atom bombs, and Russia. Russia and America only shared 80% of total atom bombs on this planet. It's too much hatred we have gathered to destroy each other for name of so-called defense. But in spite of this, and there are, I think, millions of missiles and army arsenal material we have already. But we still are safe at the moment. Why? Only because of love. The love factor is dominant on the world to save us. And that is a reality. Otherwise, our evil mind, this low conscious mind, if you see on this, below 200 to 175 to go down to 20, mostly nations have this. No matter it's America, Russia or China, they involve in this. Okay? So at the same level, if America, Russia, China, Germany, France, Britain, Pakistan, India, or other military based region, they have developed too much destructive mass weapon of mass destruction in form of atom bomb, missiles, tanks, and too much fatal technology they have done. All under this consciousness. They have a fear. The number one factor is a fear. Every nation have a fear against their enemy. And for removing that fear, they build, they develop their weapon of mass destruction. Okay. And that's a shameful act we are doing. We must eradicate every single atom bomb, every tank, every missile, every big arsenal content we have. We must eradicate, we must throw it out of the space if we want to really true experience higher consciousness on this planet Earth. Otherwise, that all will be used, okay, if our whole planet Earth's conscious level goes below 200, okay. At the moment, it's not below 200, okay. But if our collective consciousness of the planet Earth and superpower and all powers, G8, G12 countries or G20 countries, if their conscious level, collective conscious level became low, then our planet Earth will be just blast like one single bomb will explode the billions of people and billions of billions other creation like birds, microorganism, animals, a plants kingdom, all will be no more. And that is because of the low consciousness. So this is the power of love, okay? That is still we are love each other. We have a guilt why we are angry, and that's a good sign. That's a good sign that so let's go and we will read the last paragraph and then we will end our class today. So I would ask Jenny if you can start reading.
Indeed, anything done with love increases its calibration, seen in the everyday arena of the food eat. Machine-made food calibrates at 188 to 200, but homemade food rises to 209. And if it is blessed, it rises to 215. Machine-made bread at the supermarket calibrates at 188, but if the bread comes from the bakery in the same supermarket, it rises to 203, and then higher if it is blessed. Cookies made for the family calibrate at 520. These calibration differences are a unique demonstration, analogous of Heisenberg's principle, in that the introduction of human consciousness and intention alter the field. It also gives evidence that prayer itself is more than just wishful thinking. It follows that we bring more love into our lives simply by consciously focusing on its presence as a motivator in everyday life. For example, this can be noticed in the love involved in making the family dinner, in cleaning the kitty boxes, or in going to work to pay the bills. Ordinary endeavors done out of love carry great power. Consciousness calibration confirms the truth of Mother Teresa's famous statement, "Do small things with great love."
Excellent. A great reading. So, I mean, this love which we're talking about, that's more and less represent to the unconditional love. Usually we refer as a mother love is an unconditional love, because 9 births of the pain and suffering, physical and mental, when and especially at the time of the birth, when she's giving a birth to the child. And then after that birth of the child, when she became so happy, one of the happiest person on the planet, when she carry a baby in her lap, um, that all very mind-blowing spiritual and is full of love. Okay. Um, and especially imagine that birth-giving woman or mother, if she is so poor, hmm, and if she would be so poor, she don't have things to eat for herself, and hence she cannot do breast milk to her kid as well, who just born. He does not have a roof or shelter properly to protect the young child from cold, from summer, from wind, from storm properly. Okay, but imagine that strong and bold mother. She did not. She do not. I mean, she does not let her uh, energy down, and she decided to live for that born uh, baby, and she goes to outside to buy some work and then bring some milk in the home, living for better well-being of that baby. And you know how many years he needs to struggle, nobody knows. But how many these mother are in the world? Can somebody count? I believe at least, I mean, millions of millions mother are in this age, uh, still surviving in villages, in poor, underdeveloped countries, and even in developed countries as well, where they don't have bread and butter, where the national laws or national rules are not reached to them. They are struggling. Okay. Imagine what the higher consciousness level of that mother will be. And imagine that if that mother tomorrow uh, learn that now her son or daughter become a doctor or engineer or or, or or on a very respectable role in a society, can you feel the calmness, the peace, the gratitude of that mother who built, who feed uh, that child from scratch when she didn't have anything at the time of birth, and now her son or daughter has become something on some level in their role. And the journey, this journey of 20, 30 years was like a full pain of suffering, but she did unconditional love. She did try best to feed and look after and educate that undeprived child. Can you believe that love? Nobody can be equal of that love of the mother. That love I'm talking about. That love is the higher love. Okay, and that love is still exists. That's why we are on this planet Earth. That's why we are struggling. That's why we are living on this planet. In spite, we have thousands of atom bomb on on all regions of the world. Okay, so that's it for today. These are the two discoveries of consciousness. The first discovery in animals and birds we come across, and the other is the impact of the love in this world is saving our planet for many reasons. Well, that's all for today. Um, if somebody has any question or thought or like to share their feelings or something, feel free to share? Otherwise, I will close it.
Yeah, I want to share because today as you share the videos of cats and dogs and Coco. So what the name was the its name Coco. Yeah, its name Coco. So first one cat snoring sounds like human snoring, and and it was amazing when dogs was moving their tail by inner peace and happiness and joy, and it was amazing, and I was surprised on the intelligence of Coco. She was hanging itself not to be heavy on her teacher, and how much she was intelligent. I was surprised on her, and it was truly amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. It is you're well said and well identified, well felt, Javeria. Uh, but one thing I want to revise that cats were not snoring. There is a difference of snoring.
No,
They
no,
were
I said, yeah, I said cat purring sounds like human snoring.
yes, yes, yes. Yeah, that's right now. So yeah, it is happening in our daily life, and much more I will share with you in coming weeks. So yeah, we are living in a very blessed age. I see. That depends what the conscious level we have, and we want to build in our life for ourselves, and to make our life more cool and smooth and peaceful. Well, thank you so much for sharing. And we'll see you next week with new discovery from the consciousness. And yeah, thank you so much and see you next Sunday.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Thank you, Meritip. Loved your class.
Mm.
Bye. See you next week.